So it's pretty likely that some of you are thinking I should just go back to the beach and have a good time here in Kauai. But with what happened today with Tesla, I had to do a third video today. So if this is helpful to you, hit like and subscribe and notify. And I've got some amazing stuff coming this week. And so let's get into it. Okay, this is going to be a very short video, but it's going to be a very important video. Why in the world did Tesla stock go up 1.7% today and then in after hours repeat with another 1.7? So we're going to talk about that, and it has to do with this momentum that's being created by the narrative switch. And that's the news. The news is not about the specifics of the news. The news is how the narrative is being amplified. You're getting more and more good news every day that says what we are saying about Tesla has been true and will continue to be true. And there's not been the bad news or the negative news in order to take away from that narrative. So number one, basically Ford and General Motors have capitulated. They've just said, you know what, we're never going to catch Tesla. This is a one company race. They didn't say those words, but that's what they basically admitted to. Tesla's so far ahead. They're not going to catch Tesla, not in this decade, and probably not in the next decade. So when you've got those two companies capitulating, and then you have other companies coming in behind them, other pundits coming in behind them and saying that it's basically, it's just Tesla and BYD. That's it. That's the two-horse race, period. Internationally, nobody else is in the game. That's been happening over the last couple, 3 days. That just amplifies the narrative that Tesla is on its way to something incredible just in their EV game. The next little piece of news, but it's a good piece of news, is with Panasonic saying, not only are we opening up another facility in the United States, but we're going to increase the size of the facility in Reno by another 10%. Just another little piece of news of the same type that's saying the future, it belongs to Tesla. Number three, Tesla Model 3 is now cheaper than Toyota Camry in California. Now, that has to do with the fact that California has the $7,500 discount available in addition to the federal $7,500. So now you get the Tesla Model 3 down to $25,000 if you happen to live in the great state of, did I say that out loud? Anyway, if you happen to live in my favorite, in the state I live. Anyway, California now, $25,000 for a Model 3. So I can't imagine that Tesla will have any trouble selling Model 3s. The Highland, whatever you want to call it, the update is coming. You add that to this pricing point, and who knows what they're going to do in terms of the actual price. Holy mackerel, who knows? The Model 3 could become really big news later this year. Then you have the $7,500 incentive confirmed on the Model 3. Now it's across all cars. That is now on the government website. These are just all confirmations. Troy Teslike raised his estimate again for the second quarter shipments. Because why? Well, because the China numbers came in higher than expected. This is Troy's approach. Troy starts with a really low number, very conservative number, and then he always adds. I am still at 490 for the quarter. I think some other people are starting to think that it's going to be way above the 440, 445, 450 that some people are talking about. It is going to be in the range of way closer to 490 than to 440. So that, of course, is going to stimulate the market. Also, because of all this, a person could start to believe that maybe the margins are going to go up as well. You have Linda Yaccarino saying this was her first day on the job. That's a lot sooner than anybody expected. So you've got that is adding to the positivity, the positive stuff all around Elon right now. It's all positive. So here's the final step in all of this. Tesla has now broken out of this trading range. I've been talking about it all week. I've been talking about for weeks, actually, that the 217 was the number we needed to close above 217. Well, yesterday it closed above 217, like 217.65, but I wouldn't still consider that to be the right kind of breakout. We had that breakout today. My claim is going to be that this narrative and the fact that we broke out of that range is why the after hours was up another 1.7%. So now we're sitting above 220. We are now on our way. Believe it or not, now I don't pretend to be the best technical analyst. I don't pretend to be a technical analyst at all. As I mentioned in another video the other day, technical works. There is technical analysis, and it is at least self-fulfilling prophecy because there's so many people that pay attention to technical analysis. And so they make their bets and their decisions based on technical analysis. So there are going to be these stops and starts based on what they think is supposed to happen. But at this point, there are no natural stops before 300. There are no natural barriers between now and 300. Oh, there's 200-day moving averages and 50-day moving averages and 137-day moving averages and candles and all kinds of other kinds of things. No, the next real stop, the next point at which there's ever been any resistance is above 300. So we're now looking at a straight shot to 300. Now, do I think it'll be a straight shot to 300? Well, quite frankly, crazier things have happened in the past. This could be a total rocket ship. I'm not predicting that. I have always said 300 by after third quarter earnings, we would be very close to, we should be hitting around 300, assuming execution. Starting to look like, because the market is now shifting positive. We are in a bull market already, according to Kathy Wood and other people I've talked to. We're already in the bull. So the bull market is already going. Now that's going to help also Tesla to raise faster than the NASDAQ and faster than the Dow. The NASDAQ continues to separate from the Dow, which is what I predicted the other day. So what we're looking at now is, yes, I'm sure there'll be chatter up and down. Who knows? We could go below 217 again. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think we'll ever see anything under 217 again. And I do think we will start to see a movement towards 300 and then beyond. If we have good response, if we have 480,000 cars in the second quarter and over 500,000 cars in the third quarter, if we have 22% margins in the second quarter and 21.5, 22, 23% in the third quarter, which I think all those things are possible, we will be 400 before the end of the year. I'm just saying, that's what I have to, that's my theory. Okay, so yes, it will not be a straight line. It'll be up and down because people will take profits, but we are on the way. It's looking really, really good. It could be an amazing 2023 in a time when most of us thought there would be a struggle for the rest of the year. I don't think so anymore. So this is Randy Kirk. If you liked it, hit like. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe. Hit the notification because you really want to know about the Larry Goldberg video that's going to come out, I think, on Thursday morning. You want to be reminded of that. It's a killer. I just interviewed him a little while ago. It's going to be amazing, and you're going to want to be notified about that. And then, of course, Patreon. If you haven't done Patreon yet, it's only $5 a month. Support the channel. It'd be such a help to me. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. It's been great talking to you.